Here we go. All right. So welcome everybody to the call. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan Lynch, and I always say I'm running point on this particular project. I know there's all kind of things going on, but I'm just heavily focused on Transact card right now. And my goal is to get everybody to that president status. I've never been in a company where getting to the top of a compensation plan is so doable for every single person, right? In some of the other programs, getting to diamond, not realistic in a year's time frame for some people. Getting to legend 100,000 a month in another company was not realistic in a year's time frame, but this is the one where it's realistic. And if people really apply the things that I'm saying, your income is going to be pretty set, right? You're going to be making up to 30,000 a month plus $10 per every DBO in your organization. And with this opportunity, it's so doable for people to get there. If they're not there in a year's time, I would really, truly be surprised. So if you are wanting to get to president, go ahead and if you can type in the chat. We're going to do this every Monday call that we have and every Friday call that we have. Just put your name in there and put for president 2024 and speak it into existence. So I'll get it started. Megan Lynch for president 2024. And speak it into existence. It's not something that's just like, oh, we're just saying it and it's not possible. I want you to do the math. What is 9? Somebody type it in the chat. What is 9 times 40? Somebody type that in the chat who's quick on the draw. What is 9 times 40? Somebody doesn't even need a calculator out there. 360. Okay. Every single person has the opportunity to become a president. It's really important to understand the structure, but let me give you guys the really quick change of the calendar for this week. So we're going to write this down, and then we're going to talk about how to get there really quickly. You can ask questions and we're going to hop off this call. All right. So the schedule, which I am going to get a nice, pretty calendar for you guys. And I'll roll that out today. Now, if I don't roll it out I would say by Sundays, then you guys need to kind of be on me about that. But on Mondays, we're going to do this call, 12 o'clock call. It's the elevation call, just to kind of touch base, make sure that there are no changes. Also, remember that the corporate call happens on Mondays, but it's a recording now. So everybody has an opportunity to listen to that. I think it comes out typically, around the same time, that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time. So make sure that you're always plugged in, and we'll also post it in the groups. Okay, so that's number 1, Mondays, corporate type calls, including this one. Number 2, you want to make sure everybody is always plugged into the groups. If you are a manager, type manager or above in the chat, okay? Or just put me in the chat. If you are a manager or a manager and above. I need every single one of you to make sure that you're in the manager and above Telegram, right? Because we're going to be doing a manager and above call. I'm going to be doing that call every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So write that down. Every single Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as of right now. So you want to make sure you're inside of the manager and above group, because that's where I'm going to post the link. Okay. If you are not inside of that group, you can text me. I'm going to throw my phone number in the chat, 317-796-4361. 317-796-4361. So we're going to do this call at 12 o'clock. I'll make sure I record it. Then we're also going to do the manager and above call on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Next thing for the vision calls, the opportunity calls, this week, we're going to try out just doing a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, write that down. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Until I talk to the other managers, we may add some weekend calls. I know some of the leaders were talking about doing opportunity calls on the weekend. The reason why I'm doing that is because the company has about 10 calls that happen on Wednesdays. So every hour on the hour, it's a great opportunity for you guys to get your people a second look, a second touch. And you have to learn how to edify those calls though. If you put them on the 8 o'clock call, I trained on this Saturday. Edification is key. You want to make sure that you're edifying that you want to make sure you're edifying that opportunity call. Make sure people understand how important it is to get on those calls. Make sure you tell them, please don't be washing dishes. Please don't be vacuuming. Sit still. It's going to be a short call and just listen. I was talking to a lady and she was like, oh, I was listening, but I was kind of cooking dinner at the same time. So I wasn't really looking at the slides. But that's up to you guys as leaders to tell them that. I know when I put somebody on a call, I am very bossy on the edification. I say, hey, listen, Lorna's going to be speaking on this call. She's a major leader over here. I need you to be paying attention though, because I am going to call you back right after this call. So I need you to like sit still, turn off the cowboys for just a moment, and really truly pay attention on this particular call. I am going to call you back right when the call is over. I want to get your feedback. That's how you get people to, number one, value the speaker. You got to edify the person talking. You got to get them to value the presentation. Even if I send them to the website, I'll say, do not sign up on the website because you will not be on my team. I make that clear. I say, but go to the website, look, push buttons, read it. Hey, watch this video. It's 3 minutes, but sit still, watch the video. I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. So if you're going to put people on these calls, you got to really focus on the edification. So we're going to go Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, there's a call every hour on the hour from corporate that starts at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So keep that in mind, okay? Also on Fridays, we'll do Focus Friday. Sometimes it'll be at 12 o'clock on a Zoom. Sometimes it may just be me voicing a message or adding a video to the group. So kind of just, be inside the group because you'll know, all right? But it'll always be at this time, 12 o'clock. So Mondays, Fridays, team huddle is basically what it is. Monday, Friday, team huddle. Mondays are money moments. Fridays are focus Fridays. Like, what do we need to be focused on going into the weekend? And then presentations, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, just to kind of reiterate that. All right. Also, I want you guys to focus on, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see my image up here. Okay. My image says, let me see if I can spotlight it. I don't know if I can. Nope. My picture says, who's in your circle? Okay. So let me shift gears for just a second. We're going to do a really, really quick training. And then let's talk about who's in your circle. So I want you to think about this for just a second. And if you guys can see my little image, we're going to really, well, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Moving forward, you guys know that I always focus on building my foundation. Okay. Somebody type this in the chat, type FID inside the chat. FID stands for foundation. So let me share that. Turn my video back on for a second. I always build the foundation. So let's kind of take a quick look. Foundation, leaders will identify themselves. A lot of times we think that we appoint leaders, but we don't. Leaders are going to be the ones who show up. Leaders are going to be the ones who take action. Leaders are going to be the one who are calling you. I remember one of my mentors said, I talked to my leader, my mentor, every single day for 3 years, right? I remember talking to David Emonitier. He said he talked to Holton Bugs every day for 3 years. Now, this isn't just to call and shoot the breeze and things like that, but you want to be connected, right? So your inner circle are going to be those individuals that you're touching base with all the time. I probably talk to Sherry a couple times a day, and it's not always a long conversation. It might just be a check-in. She sent me a message the other day, even though, she's going through some things. She said, hey there, I'm all good. Just getting back home. Other message, hey, I'm enjoying time with my sister. Just thought I'd touch base with you because she's my leader. And we're building this thing together, and we want to make sure we're creating momentum. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to really look at your organization, and I need you to figure out who's in your inner circle. And each one of your legs, it may not be the person that you signed up. Okay. I signed up an individual who, she's said, hey, Megan, I'm focusing on some other things. That individual signed up Mina Motiani, right? Mina signed up, I think, Sophia. So I'm inside of this leg and I'm looking to see who my leaders are, who really truly wants to go VP. And vice president, again, I'm going to say, should not be hard to do if you're really truly focused. The only challenging part about going VP is that you got to take somebody to one person to senior manager, so you have to take a leader with you. A lot of times people were getting to these ranks just based on spillover, but spillover doesn't really mean you're a leader just because people place people in your organization. The only challenging part about this one is that if you hit VP or manager, I'm sorry, you hit senior manager or you hit vice president, we know that you're a leader because you had to take somebody with you. In our other organizations, you could sign up 3 people and then people could place a whole bunch of people under you. And it was that kind of like false rank. So now it's the true leaders are going to come out who hit vice president because you got to take somebody with you. So I want you guys to really focus for this entire week on looking at your legs. Right now I have 7 legs. I'm getting ready to sign up 2 people. So I'll end up with 9. Okay. In order to get to vice president, you only need 3 legs. In order to get to senior vice president, you need 6 legs. You need 6. In order to get to president, you need 9. Okay. But every single person should be able to sign up 10 to 15 people if they're really focused. So let's talk about that really quickly. I'm going to turn my video off. So we want to get to the point where we are focused on our inner circle. So that's what I'm doing on Mondays and on Fridays. I'm looking for my leaders who are showing up. So I encourage you guys, do team huddles. You'll figure out who's really serious about the business or who has 50 million other things to be doing other than becoming president in 2024. Okay. You cannot get mad at them though. You just have to find new leaders. That's it. Okay. You can't get mad at people who don't show up. You just got to find new leaders. So FID, build your foundation, get your 3. And then put a 1 in the chat if you guys thought somebody was going to be a leader and then they're MIA, they're doing 50 million other things. It's a little disappointing, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you have experienced that. You're like, man, this person would be great at the business if they would only focus. But that's the problem with most people in this kind of industry. They lack focus. They don't focus for very long. Most people don't focus past 30 days, to be honest. So listen, don't get upset. Go find new leaders. That's it. Just go find new blood. That person will wake up or not, okay? And we're going to talk about going wide because you are more likely to find people who are willing to stay focused for a 90-day period in order to get a result, okay? So discipline your disappointments. That's what my leader always told me. Right now, I'm waiting to see if one of my biggest leaders that I talk about all the time, I knew if I kept talking about him, he would reach out, right? So I know Robert is thinking about coming in. He's making a decision December 26th. So we'll all just touch and agree that he's going to come in because the great thing about leaders like Robert Dean, who's had 600,000 people on his team, he is a wealth of knowledge and he's going to hit the road. He said, Transact Card is the perfect business for you to really, truly do home parties. And I know how Robert operates. He will do a triangle, okay? And he'll put 5,000 or more people in a triangle. So he lives in Atlanta and he always goes, he loves to drive. So he'll go from Atlanta to Alabama to Mississippi to, he'll come over to Indiana. He'll go Illinois. He'll go to Detroit. He'll double back around and he'll be in Ohio. He'll be in Tennessee. And then he'll make his way back up to Atlanta. And he'll tap those cities and there might be 10, 15 people at the meeting. He doesn't care because when he circles back around, there might be 100 to 500 people in that area. That's how he operates. So I'm like, yes, because I would make my life a lot easier too, because I will just say, hey, we got people in these cities. And then definitely I want to be able to hit the road as well. But that's really truly how leaders do it. They launch on Zooms, but they don't stay on Zooms. And that is my goal for the beginning of the year, is to get into the cities where we have people. Okay. So real quick, let's talk about this Project 5,000. We started this in November, December, January, February. So it was kind of toward the end of November. We want to focus for 90 days. And you want to find leaders in your inner circle who are willing to focus for 90 days. If you think that's you, just put 90 in the chat. Okay. Just put 90 in the chat if you think that you can be a part of the inner circle. And on the manager and above call, we're really going to talk about that tonight at 7 o'clock, about really, truly what I'm going to be doing with what I'm considering to be my inner circle. Because all I have to do to get to president, remember guys, it's about you first. It's about you getting to the rank first, because you got some things to prove to your family members. You have some things to prove to your team. What if I didn't get to vice president? Right? What if I wouldn't have gotten there so quickly? Many of you guys would think, well, dang, if she hasn't gotten there yet, there's no hope for me, because she's on everything. She's doing all the calls. Well, your team is thinking the very same thing about you. If you're really plugged in, they're thinking, well, dang, if Marilyn doesn't get there, well, then there's no hope for me because she's way more into it than me, right? If Angie H doesn't get there and I see her on everything, there's no hope. So guys, it's very important that you get there. Okay. Very important that you get there, because your team is looking at you. Your team is waiting for you to get there. So we're going to focus. We're going to focus for 90 days and understand this. You may not beat people there, but meet them there. It's not a competition between anybody but you and time. If you don't get to vice president or president by February, it's not to beat yourself up. It's to say, okay, I need to take a step back. I need to look at my structure, which we're going to look at, and I need to figure out who really wants to go there with me, because in this compensation plan, you have to take somebody with you. Okay. So momentum is going to hit, especially when those cards come out. But there are a lot of people sitting on the sideline because they're focused on the vehicle and not the vision. I want everybody to type vision in the chat. I could care less, I could care less about being a product lover. Now, when I get into companies, obviously it has to be a product that people can use. But I don't get too stressed out about products. I don't get too stressed out about, well, when's the Z Club going to fully open up? I could care less. It will open up when it opens up. I am not focused just on the vehicles. I'm focused on the vision, and my vision has never changed. The vehicle has changed. The company may have changed, but the vision doesn't. And my vision is to get at least 1,000 people making six figures. This is I'm going to be honest, it's the only company where I could see it happening in 2024. If people would wake up and get focused, right? They got to wake up and get focused. Right now, I have 400 people, 400 DBOs in my organization. And you guys don't know that from November the 8th all the way to the end of November, I couldn't even log into my account. My account was locked, right? Because they were going through like the transitions and everything like that. I couldn't even get into my account, but you guys didn't even know it. If I would have told you, you would have been freaking out. I couldn't get into my account. The last time I had gotten into my account was November the 8th, and I had 193 DBOs. When I finally got into my account, the last time I had 320. Now I have 358 in there. I never stopped building, right? I'm like, they'll figure it out. Right? They will figure it out. I'm connected to the leadership. They did. It gave me a chance to meet all the owners. It gave me a chance to meet Eric Allen. He's the master distributor, and him and I have become fast friends, and he lives 20 minutes from my house. But I couldn't stop the momentum to cry and complain about, oh, I don't have my Transact card yet. Oh, the Z Club. I could care less. Right? This is the one company that I know they got their stuff together, and all I have to do is put my head down and build, and momentum is going to kick in. So where do you start? Well, you have to become a leader. You have to have a leader mindset. You have to catch the vision. Stop looking at the vehicle so much. Catch the vision. Like, what is it that you're trying to get accomplished? Type that in the chat really quickly, guys, because I tell you what my vision is all the time. 1,000 six-figure earners who are socially conscious and they want to go out here and change the world. I call them social entrepreneurs. What do you think is going to happen when I have 1,000 people who say, yeah, I know Megan. She helped me to make $100,000 this year, and now I'm out here saving the whales. I started my homeless shelter. I started my women's clinic. I was able to actually take a vacation. I got a new RV, and I'm backpacking around the Alps with my family. Like, I think that is a great, like, I will feel so great. That is my purpose. I want to see other people fulfill their purpose. That's my purpose. But I know people can't do it broke. You can't. You could talk about it. You could pray about it all you want. But the word says you have to take action. And the biggest action that all of us need to take is we got to cross over from being distributors to leaders. Okay. I need all of you. Can I give you some homework? Yes or no in the chat? Let me find it in here. Okay. I need you guys to really, truly watch the last corporate training. I don't know what the guy's name is, but he's one heck of a leader. And there's something about a man who barks orders. People tend to take it. It's when women are doing it, sometimes we sound like our moms and people resent us. That corporate training that the guy did was spot on. He punched people in the stomach with no cotton gloves. He's like, what is wrong with people? You cannot have a minimalist mindset. If you got to pay $50 a month, that's $600 a year. To make $12,500 a month, or to even make $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year, and you don't want to pay $50 a month to run your business? What's wrong with you? That training was so good, guys. I just posted it in the chat. You got to become a leader, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Or what's going to happen is some of these leaders are going to come in. I promise you, they're going to hit president in 30 days. Okay. If I could do it all over again, promise you, I probably would have hit president in my first 30 days, but I didn't quite understand the structure of this company. I do now. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you guys. I need you to become a leader. I need you to do your part. Number one, you got to plug in because you are the missing link. Okay, you're always going to be the missing link. You cannot worry about if your team members aren't always plugging in. Unfortunately, if they're not consistently plugging in without you telling them, they're not your leader. I know it hurts, right? I know you want them to be. It doesn't mean that they don't have value, but it just means you got to get real and you got to go find somebody else. Okay. You always have to stay in recruiters mode. You can't get in management mode. I always look at my participants. If I see people not showing up, Well, got to go get somebody else. Let me go find somebody else. Somebody just hit me up and just said, hey, I want to take a look at that program that you have. I said, great. Here's my phone number. I'm on a Zoom. I'll call you back in a second. Okay. Here's why your goal should be to get to vice president at least 12,500 a month plus bonuses, because at that point, I know you're making thousands a month, right? How many of you guys, just be honest, if you were making at least an extra 1,000, 2,000, even 3,000 a month, that would be helpful. You could see in 2024, I could do something with that. I have some opportunities that just pay my mortgage, to be honest. They just yield me $4,000 a month. And when I'm looking at that opportunity, I'm like, dang, to get to 20,000 a month in that company, I'd literally have to freaking lose life and sleep and blah, blah, blah. And I don't see myself getting very far in that company. That's why I always work opportunities for 90 straight days with my head down to see what can that compensation plan really do. Some of them only yield me $1,000 because the comp plan's not that good. Some of them might only yield an extra $4,000, but listen, I'll take that $4,000 and I'll pay my mortgage. Right? But I'm always looking for that opportunity that I feel like can yield 10,000 a month or more. I'm telling you guys right now, I don't like to bounce around. Transact Card, I truly believe can do it. So you want to get to vice president as quickly as possible, 3/9/27. Okay. Remember, the structure is get 3. How many people do you need to be a senior vice president? Type it in the chat for me real quick. How many people do you need front line? How many legs do you need to get to senior vice president, right? By manager, senior manager, vice president, you need 3 legs, okay? Senior vice president, you need 6, okay? It's on the presentation, and I'm going to give it to you guys again because I made it into a PDF, and I need you guys to study the slides, okay? So let me pull this up real fast. Oh, that's not what I need. It's inside of the group, but I will post it in here for you guys as well. And I need you to study the slides, okay? Somewhere in here, 1 second, too many windows open. All right, it's somewhere on here. But I'll post it in the group in just a second. So I turned the slides into a PDF so you guys can see. And all you got to do is read the slides and study it. But the first structure you want to focus on is get your 3, right? You want to get a king or a queen in each leg. And then when you're focused on those 3, you want to have a meeting with them. Interview the people that you sign up. So if I were you guys, I would have a come to Jesus moment like I'm going to have with all of the people that you've personally sponsored. You could do that today. You could literally pick up the phone and call whoever you signed up and say, hey, listen, got to talk to you real quick. So what's your focus going into 2024? Like, are you really wanting to get to vice president? What's that look like? Like, what are your superpowers? How can you help the team? What's your challenge? What's wrong with you? Right? I'm going to have that come to Jesus moment with my people I've personally sponsored. I'm going to have that meeting with my managers. Like, what are you struggling with right now that's preventing you from going to the next level? Okay. So we all want to first focus on that power of 3. You are the king and queen of your own empire. Go find other kings and queens that want to pop up empires. Okay. That's the first structure. But I want you guys, when you're having these come to Jesus moments with your people, or come to whatever, I don't know what you believe in, but come to your most high moments. You want to make sure that you let that person know to not have a minimalist mindset. 3 is the bare minimum, but to get to president, you need to sign up 9 people. Do you guys think that if you focused on signing up 9 people, you would get 3 people who actually want to win? Yes or no in the chat. Because I signed up 17 people my first 48 hours. I signed up 17. And then I kind of restructured my team and placed them under each other. But I know it can be done because I literally, people were signing up that I didn't even know. I just kind of restructured and gave them to people. But I want you guys to focus on keep your personals. Now, if you have somebody who actually needs one more person, it's going to rank you up and they're heavily involved, then yeah, if it benefits you, do it. But don't feed the needy. Don't feed needers, feed leaders. Okay. Somebody type that in the chat. Don't feed needers. If they need you, well, I'm not really doing anything. I'm super busy, Claudie Bell, and I just can't show up and blah, blah, blah. Why feed that person, right? Because you're going to have to keep feeding that person, and that person's not going to be able to help. I need you guys to feed leaders. Don't feed needers, right? Somebody told me, well, Megan, I really need you. I said, well, that scares me. Because I want us to get to the point where the only thing we need is the Most High, and we got to stay focused on the vision. Yes, I know if I disappeared, it might be a challenge for some people, but if my sponsor disappeared, it wouldn't be a challenge for me because I didn't join this opportunity because of my sponsor. Does that make sense, everybody? I didn't join even for the vehicle. I joined because I've had a vision all this time. And this vehicle, God has, I truly believe, put this vehicle in my path. And I'm learning it and I'm breaking it down. It's almost like Hidden Figures. I love this stuff. It's like, what do I need to do to get to the next level? That's what I want you guys to think about. The Transact card structure is a little different. Okay. Get 3. Help 3 get 3. They become managers. You become a senior manager. Help the 9 become managers. You become a vice president. That's it. This is the structure. You get 3. Help them get 3. That means you help them. That means if you have somebody who is still not a manager, then call them and say, do you want to get to manager? You still got time. Let's do some 3-way calls with about 3 to 5 people today. Let's get 3 to 5 people watching the 2-minute video. But listen, if you got to drag this person too long, you got to find another leader because it'll frustrate you. Is it okay? Put a 1 in the chat if I can be transparent. This industry, I love it, but I'm very careful about getting too emotionally attached to how should I say this? Getting too emotionally attached to people's success who are not working. Okay. I get emotionally attached to listing like, hey, well, what is it that you really want to do? What's your superpower? All right. Where do you see yourself? How much income do you need to make? Why do you need to make that income? I ask all these questions in the interview in the beginning, right? I signed up. I had 11 people go manager in the first week. The very first thing I did is I met with all the managers and their teams separately. It was a very busy week. For 15 to 30 minutes, I met with Marilyn and her team. I met with Monique and her team separately. I met with Amani and her team. I met with Sherry and her team because I need to figure out who really wants it. And I always want to go about 4 levels to figure out who really wants it. If it's not Sherry, maybe it's Jacqueline. If it's not Jacqueline, maybe Jacqueline signed up Tony and Tony wants to go VP. That's what you guys have to do. You have to be in that process where you're willing to interview and listen, but then people start to go MIA on you. Do not get frustrated. Okay. You got to tap root. Tap rooting means if you sign up Bob, figure out who Bob knows quickly. The day that I sign somebody up, unfortunately, sorry, is the day that I replace them. The day that, even though I love Farhan's been rocking with me since 2020, right? But he signed up Rita. I actually know Rita because she was in my organization in 2020. I'm like, put me on the phone with Rita, right? I need to know who Rita knows. And then you're going to tap root through. Get to know the people because the person you signed up is probably not the person who's going to take you to president. They're going to get busy. So you want to focus on tap rooting through that group. And if you sign up 10 to 15 people, I promise you, you guys, you'll find a leader. Okay. Last but not least, let's take a look at this really quickly. A recruit isn't a recruit until he or she has a recruit, has a person. A new person really isn't anchored in this business until he or she has signed up at least one person. And I'm experiencing it. I have 358 DBOs in my organization. I have close to 100, well, close to 90 managers. How many people we have on this call right now? Let's look. 58, 57. I have 90 managers in my organization. There's not 90 people on this call. Some of my managers are managers, but they're not really plugged in managers. I have 13 senior managers. Not all of my senior managers are plugged in. They're just not. So what do I have to do? I got to get to know the people inside of their organizations and see if they want it, right? So we got to train our people. We got to kind of certify them and get them anchored. We have to become a crusader for your product, like for the vision, for the vehicle and the vision. And then once they recruit a new person, they're going to be anchored. And all they need is one, really. They just need one person so they can feel that success. So if you signed up John, it's your focus to help John at least get that one success. Doesn't mean you give him a person, because you took the thorn out of his side, right? Or however the word goes, Bishop Maryland knows the scripture, right? Don't be taking the thorn out of people's side because you prevent them from learning the process. If you're like, I'll just give you a person. Well, they don't know how to do it themselves. So you got to help them. Now, if that person is super resistant, again, you might have to find a new person. But you got to get your people anchored, okay? A leg is not a leg until it has at least 4 levels, to be honest, because it's going to grow legs. So if you sign up 5 people, you can help those 5 people get one. And then that's the second level. Then you want to help that person drive down and find their person. If you can go about 4 levels in an organization, you're winning at that point. So I sign up John, who signs up Sarah, who signs up Monique, who signs up Chris, okay? Somebody in there probably wants to go VP if I can go 4 levels deep, okay? I'm almost done. A team will have a life of its own once it finds a leader. So your leader will continue to recruit. They'll continue to train. For example, I'll take Monique, for example. She's been in a lot of opportunities. She was in something else and she was loving it, but not having the success that she's having over here. And I really attribute Monique Cole's success to, you know, when a horse dies, dismount. Like if something else isn't working, and you've done all you can do, you might have to look for something else. But I don't think people have done all they can do in Transact Card, because until you're presenting, you're just participating. So we're going to talk about that in the inner circle. Are you presenting the opportunity? Are you learning the presentation right now? Or are you waiting for somebody else to do it? Right? Are you saying, well, Megan's not presenting on Wednesday, so I guess I'm not? No, it just means I'm giving you a full day for you to, call your whole family and present to them. Call 3 to 5 leaders and get on a Zoom and show them the plan. Pull up the PowerPoint, show it to them, right? So as we start to dig down, leaders are going to start to pop up. Now, there is something called, real quick, tap rooting, where you go down. In this structure, you don't want to go down too far because you'll lose thousands of dollars if you do it, okay? So this isn't something where at one point I tap rooted 26 people in less than a week in 2020. I signed up John. I'm like, hey, John, put me on the phone with your top 3 to 5 people. John signed up Sarah. I'm like, Sarah, put me on the phone with your top 3 to 5 people. I wasn't even doing Zooms. I was doing 3-ways. I tap rooted. I had a line of 26 people in less than a week. And then I launched all 26 people at once, and they all got their 3. So That's how I went from 0 to 21,000 people in my organization. I also was a mad woman. I lost 15 pounds and I didn't leave my house. But I'm just not willing to have to do that right now. And in this opportunity, you don't have to do it. But you don't want to go down too far, guys, because you have to look at the compensation plan. The company pays you through 10 levels. So I'm going to show you, right? But when you do taproot at least 4 levels, it's going to increase your business excitement. You're going to start to create overlapping of leaders. You're going to find people who really want it. Okay. The power of one. Just get one new person this week, guys. It's going to increase your excitement. Think about it. Everybody put a 1 in the chat. If you just sign up one new person today, you focus on talking to 10 people and one person might sign up, you're going to be excited. Think about if you just focused on signing up one new person every week. There's 52 weeks in a year. Would you be excited if you had 52 people wide who now can go 3 levels deep, and you had 50 something people who signed up 3 and 50 people became a manager and they're going to pay you 50 times 50? Plus, those people are going to go sign up people and roll up money is going to happen. I don't think you guys realize how much money is in this company, because if you did, you tell everybody before I tell them. So, right, you can go deep. Just don't go deep. I would say past 4 levels. I'll show you guys this. Okay. Wider die. So if you sign up 10 people and you go wide and you 10x your business, do you think you'll find 3 people who want to go VP? Yeah. But a lot of people are stopping at, oh, I got my 3, so that's it. No, 10x your business. You're not a leader until you've signed up 10 to 15 people. Sorry. That's what my mentor told me. You're not a leader until you've signed up 10 to 15 people. I think I've signed up close to 30 something people, but I gave them away. So now I have 7 legs. So guess what? I'm not considering myself a leader until I've gone 10 to 15 wide now. So I got to put my head down. I got some work to do. Yeah, there might be 358 people in the organization right now, but until I now have 10 to 15 wide again, I'm not considering myself to be a leader. Okay. You want to make sure in the Transact card structure, don't place people. And I don't even know if we can place people now, but you don't want to give people away beyond the 4th level if you do give somebody away. Because if you do, they're going to build the structure down and it'll start to, you'll run out of money. Because they're going to only pay you through, they're going to pay you through 10 levels if you're a president. If you're a manager, you get paid through, I think, 6 levels. If you're a senior manager, I think you get paid through 7 levels. Vice presidents get paid through 8 levels. So if you just, oh, I'll give this person a person and this person, you got to understand the compensation plan. So you don't want to build down that far. Okay. So I want to go ahead and get some questions answered. It is 12:48. Keep in mind, this structure is the structure to go 3, 9, 27, and then don't build beyond the 4th level. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't put anybody down here. Don't have a person way down here and you're like, oh, I want to give them a person, because they're going to build beyond your money. So don't do it. Okay. Go wide. If I were you guys, go wide. You'll find 3 people who want to get to vice president. So hopefully that was helpful. Let's talk real quick because we have 11 minutes. We'll always keep this call no longer than 1 hour. Okay. I don't want you guys to relate pain. So hopefully this helps. I want you guys to understand this is a new week. Where are you at? How close are you to getting to your next rank? You'll know that if you focus on your inner circle. You focus on each leg and say, who in that leg wants to go vice president or president? If you don't have anyone in that leg, somebody tell me real quick, what should you do? If you have a leg and it's kind of like,
find another person,
find another
get new recruits.
go get some new blood, right? And go why. That person might get 3 before this person that you're trying to resuscitate, right? Robert always said it. He's like, it's easier to give birth than to revive the dead.
Amen.
It is, right? You'll be huffing and puffing and trying to blow life into people, and you'll be hyperventilating and passing out and everything else when you could have easily just went and just go give birth. You might have a couple stretch marks here and there, but go give birth to somebody new who really wants it, okay? Remember, 9 wide and duplicate 3 times. That's president. That's it. Sign up 9, help 9 get 3, help them get 3, help them get 3. That's president. That's it. All right. Who has a question for me, ladies?
I have a question.
Yes, jump on in there.
Okay, I have a question. This is Teresa in South Carolina. Okay, I know if I want to give someone away and I give this person to say one person in my leg, I have to actually enroll them under their link, right?
Yes, because I don't.
Oh.
Yeah, because you don't want to just let them enroll and then you have to change it because you have to pay when you do that. So,
Okay.
So you would
and the other
give them, for those of you guys,
okay,
you would give that person, let's say that you sign up 3, and then let's say you have all these filled up, but this person needs 1 more to become manager, and that would take you to senior manager. You would give this person right here, this person's link to sign up. So they
okay,
would find them, okay?
okay. Now, what if I've already signed somebody up under me and I want to give them to someone else in my to that same person? How do you?
You only have like 5 to 7 days now to change sponsorship. So if it's beyond there, you can't do it anyway.
Okay, so will it show up if it's within that window? Like, say it's only day 3 and I want to move them to someone else. How do you? Will it show up as personally sponsored when we move them? And how? Where do we move them? Do we do that in the back office?
Well, you wouldn't have to move them because if you fill out the paperwork, the only thing is the paperwork has to be filled out by you, has to be filled out by them, and it has to be filled out by the new sponsor. And you got to send that paperwork in, and then it would just make that person now direct to the other person. So you wouldn't have to move them. It would already move them direct to the other person.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I've
And
been
if they
telling
have
people,
anybody under them, Megan, same thing, because you can't move the person without the people under them. So if they had 2 people under them, they would all have to move. You'd have to get signatures from all the parties, and then, yeah, $25 per person.
yeah. So I just tell people, I told another person, I'm like, don't even waste your time. Just have, unless it's like your rank and you're like right there and tomorrow is the cutoff for the ranks or something like that. And it wouldn't move them fast enough anyway. But yeah, I've just been telling people, if you haven't already done it, I mean, if it's going to benefit you and rank you up, yes. If not, like, get that person moving. Everybody can sign up 3 people. If you haven't signed up 3 people yet, I mean, don't take offense to this. Take action. Don't take offense to what I'm saying. Take action. It just means you're not talking to enough people, to be honest. It means that if you go to your Apple phone and you look and see how many contacts, I have 4,000 contacts on my phone. So my goal this week is I'm going through my A's and I'm making a YouTube video that's like 2 minutes long, and it's me talking. And I'm going to say, listen, I'm sending you this 2-minute video. I want you to watch this video. It's about Transact Card. If you're already in, great, let's connect. If you're not in, I want to give you a top position. And I want to help you get to 500 to 12,500 a month in your first 30 days with me. But I need you to watch this video. And if you're really interested in making some money, you'll call me back. And I'm going to make a little flyer of myself that says, watch the video, call me back. Then I'm going to send them a YouTube video, and I'm going to send them the 2-minute video from the company. And I'm just going to message everybody in my phone all the way through the A's, the B's, the C's, the D's, because I've already launched my business. So I'm already rolling. So that's my goal. So to be honest, guys, if a person doesn't have 3 people, they didn't take their launch seriously enough to get through their whole list, right? There's something they're not doing. It might be, or something they're doing, talking too much, right? Or maybe you just don't have that network right now, which means you need to go meet new people. You have to do something if you can't get 3, because everybody should be able to get their 3 if you're talking to enough people. Okay. So I would just say go wide, guys. Focus on going wide. You'll find people who want to get 3 people. Okay. Who else? Jump on in there, guys. Who has a question?
I can never unmute quick enough. It's me. Uh, the slides for this. I'm trying to take screenshots and everything, and I'm writing, but I'm gonna go back.
It's fine.
So
I'll make a PDF of it and drop it in the group.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. I love your visuals. Thank you again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate that. I am a visual learner, so. I definitely want to meet some more of you guys. I see Claudia Bell on here. I see, hey, Miss Deborah, we see you out there. Crystal, I don't know who Harriet is. So there's a person on an iPhone. There's Mary, Joanna is on here. Juanita. So if you guys Justin's on here. I don't know if that's my brother or not. But if you guys don't know me or we haven't had a conversation, like call me on the phone. Let's kind of connect. Always wiggle your way up to the person who is most active so that you're always connected to a leader. Now, I'm sure you have a great sponsor, but I'm here to help everybody as well. But right now, I'm kind of taprooting my way down to figure out who in my organization wants to be vice president and president. Okay, so let's get to know each other if we don't really know each other. All right, anybody else have any questions before we hop off? All right, so 7 o'clock tonight, make sure you guys are in the manager and above group. If you're not, call me on the phone and I'll add you to that group. Okay, if you're a manager and above, I'm doing a quick manager and above touch bases, welcome everybody. But we're going to talk inner circle really quickly. And I'm looking for my inner circle. I'm looking for at least those 10 to 15 people who want to go vice president. And I'm going to kind of pour into those individuals as well. You guys should be doing the same in each leg, figuring out who wants to go vice president, because you need that to go president. So 7 o'clock tonight, manager and above, make sure you're in the group. And then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're doing the vision opportunity call, invite all your guests. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to hop off of here if you don't have any other questions. Hopefully you got something out of the training, and I'll see you guys at the top. Oh, let me say this real quick. I have this new training series called Megan's Money Moments. So when I get off of this call, I'm going to turn this training into a quick, like 5 to 8 minute training, and I'll upload it. So you don't have to actually share the full hour. You can share the condensed synopsis, right, version. And if you guys are not on my YouTube channel, you may want to subscribe and hit the button, because when you subscribe, you'll be able to get all my trainings, but they're all condensed trainings. Okay, so let me show you real quick somewhere on here. They all look like this. So I've done 3 so far. So I'm going to upload 1 more. My goal is to upload, what did I say? 3 to 5 3 to 5 videos every single week. And they will look like this. They're all super short. Video 1 was about the, the fortunes and the follow-up. Video 2 was about push like how to promote your business, and video 3 was about how to launch, how to get your business off the ground. So if you guys subscribe, I have 833 videos so far. So my goal is to upload every single week, but they're going to be shorter. So I'm going to upload this training in the next like 15 minutes. Okay, but it'll be short. All right, peace and blessings, everybody. I'll see you at the bank. Have a great day, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Peace and blessings,
Thanks,
everybody.
Megan.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Megan.
Megan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Megan.